Welcome back, everyone. This is the CHL, and I'm just gonna warn you right now. This is gonna be one of those hockey episodes like you see on TV, so buckle up. And that's exactly right, Mario. It is time that we got into it, so here we go with the standings, starting with the Crosby division. Big changes, you can see it already. Quebec, big risers here, 7-3 in their last 10, electric offense, 18 goal differential, 100 goals in the season. They've become a prominent offense. That's right, Mario. You are right to believe in this team. This team is Mario's pick to win it all. And you heard it here first. You know, our differences on the air have been long discussed. And I just got to let the little guy have this one. If he believes in Quebec, I believe in Quebec. Next, we got Ottawa. Ottawa has struggled lately. Okay. They're still in the driver's seat for their own destiny here, but it's been shaky. It's a tough stretch. They've played some tough teams that they lost twice in a row to Buffalo. That's going to happen. That's going to happen to everybody. I expect everybody to lose twice in a row to Buffalo, frankly, at this rate. But we're going to see in this stretch ahead what happens. They played Kingston a couple of times. I think that's going to be trouble for them. This team could go further down. But for right now, they're still in second place. Technically tied for first, but with the worst differential. And it's a good team. But 4 in a row lost, not good. Next, Gainesville, the Guppies. Interesting about the Guppies, they're just kind of hanging in there. The power play is struggled, and then it came back. The penalty kill struggled, but it came back. They're still putting up good numbers, but they're middle of the road. They're doing what they need to maintain their position, but they're not moving ahead. And that could spell trouble for them. They lost 2 in a row. Will they sink next week? Will they go up? I don't know. Guppies tend to float. That's what I tell myself. Guppies float together. Next, we got New York. The Mongooses, +7 goal differential. They've gone down a little bit since last time. I'm trying to remember. I think it's down a little bit. They lost 3 in a row. They've been struggling lately, but this is a team I still believe in. You're going to stumble from time to time, and this team can win. Their scoring, lines 1 and 2 are good. They need line 3 to step up, and they need their 4th line to stop just being the worst line in the league. That's not going to happen, but they need it to happen if they want to win, in the playoffs. But we'll see if they make the playoffs. Next, New Hampshire. They're back in it, 5 wins in a row. This team was looking rough, and now they're tied with New York for that final playoff spot. Goal differential positive, but still not great. They have a good defense, very underrated defense. This is like 3rd in the league, maybe even 2nd at this point. Yeah, it looks like 2nd. They've played really well, and a big part of that's their goalie stepping up big time. They've won, a couple against the Nonas, so you want to look at that and be like, objectively, are they beating quality teams, and that's where the 5 comes in? No. But you win the games in front of you, and that's all you can do. You can't change the team you're playing. ABQ, the Ice Melters. I don't know where these guys are going to end up. I thought they were going to make it to the playoffs, and then they lost 2 in a row. I mean, that's not a big deal. But they haven't made ground. They're 5-5 in their last 10. They need to be better. And a big part of that is their second line, Sundstrom. He's their star, and he's not playing like a star. You need that guy like that to step up, and he's not doing it. So I think this team is not going to make the playoff unless he can change his ways. And, we'll see if that happens. Alaska, the Beavers. Up and down team, up and down result. They were dead, they're alive, they're dead, they're alive. They're kind of dead again, but they're not as far out of it as you might think. I mean, tied, 3-way tie for that last playoff spot. They're only 2 points behind that. They could easily catch up. 1 good week and they're back in. The power play is great. A good power play. Penalty kill suffers. Goaltending is suffering. This team, I would say, is on life support. They got 1 good week. They're back in it. Another bad week, I would say they're done for good. Portland. The Raiders, not a bad week at all for them. In fact, they beat Buffalo this week, but they lost other games, and the story stays the same. 123 goals for versus 152 against. Score as much as you want. If this team is to survive, they need to stop a puck, and they can't do that. Switching over to the Hasek division. Buffalo. Power play is alive. They're struggling. This is a bad number. Now it's a good number. This is what the team needed. A scary team just got scarier. And another underrated part about this team, when they lose, they do it in overtime. And that's a big deal because you're still getting an extra point in the standings. It's maybe gonna change the stats, but an overtime loss, you look at it like a game that you lost by 1 point. That's a coin flip. 1 goal difference. These teams, you look at that and you're like Alaska, 6 games in overtime. To me, that's saying that's 6 coin flips that they lost. Now, there's some that they won, of course, along the way, but those could have gone other ways, and if you change one of those to a win, they're tied. So that's just overtime losses. Could go either way. Just something to look at. Kingston. This team is great. I think they're going to be in the playoffs, no problem. They struggled a little bit last week or the week before, but great power play out of nowhere. Great penalty kill. Could be better, but still good. 1-3 in a row. Great defense. Good team. Good differential. They have scoring all up and down the lineup. They're balanced lines, and it's actually dangerous to play against, which I was not expecting. Speaking of dangerous play against, Boston. Big risers here. 7-3 out of their last 10. 3 wins in a row. This team, as I think I predicted, is moving on hot. 118 goals for, 102 against. You'd like to see that number being better, especially for what they paid for their goalie. But this team is getting by on the first 3 lines of offense. The third line is quietly very competent, and that goaltending is a question mark. In the playoffs, I would be nervous with who they got in net, but these guys are great. And Nyquist, their first line center, back-to-back hat tricks in his last 2 games, 4 goals in one of those games, and 7 goals in 2 games. That's great. Doesn't get much better than that. Tennessee, big struggles. Lots of close games though. So if you want to hold on to hope, the defense is the problem. The goalie's keeping you in it. The offense is trying to keep you in it. The goalie is his numbers are even holding up good. It's just that he's getting peppered, and the defense can't stop a breakaway odd man rush, whatever you want to. Defense is not doing their part in the equation, and it's leading to extra shots against, extra goals. They're 3-6-1 their last 10, not good. We'll see if they rebound next week. Rockford. I am so surprised this team is still alive. 8% on the power play. What is that? 8%. But you know what? They're 1 point out of the playoffs, tied with what I consider to be a good team, Omaha. And it's all in defense. This team does not score much, but it's very opportunistic. They score when they need to. They keep it a tight game, 2-1, 3-2, 4-2. These guys will barely beat you. And, they're making it happen. Good for them. Omaha. They just had a tough week. I think they'll bounce back. Whether or not they make the playoffs, I don't know. They're going to be on the cusp, a real bubble team here, but they are just real middle of the road. Good offense, bad defense. The goaltending is a problem here, and it needs to be better if I'm going to actually take them for real. Idaho, they had a good week, but they're still kind of a troubled team. Their middle six is struggling. First line's good. The fourth line is great. The goalie is the big problem here. Their goalie is really not good. They have 2 goalies that they rotate. They spend on both, and they didn't spend enough on both. I think it's 6 and 4. They're not stopping pucks, and it's a problem. You can see the differential's close, but like 109 goals against, not good. Anything over 100, I would say, is like actively bad. And there's not that many. New England, less said about this team, the better. It's not great. 3 in a row, lost 3 and 7 in the last 10. They were lucky to win the games that they did, to be honest with you. Minus 60 goal differential. That's just atrocious. We can't talk about this team anymore. It's too depressing. So we're gonna switch up to player stats, and let's take a look at just overall points. You know, we did the deeper dive last week. We're gonna just look at points this week. Nick Vernon, Buffalo, still on top. 36 games played, 18 goals, 32 assists, 50 points. Number 1 points in the league here. You know, plus 33. Great player, great on the face-off. His Corsi percentage could be higher, but like he's putting up good enough numbers at like this sample size, because he's on the ice first line minutes. 53 to 55 is still like great, because he's winning more than 50% of his time. You always want to see that. This is a good all-around player. 148 hits, by the way, kind of underrated part of his game. This guy is a great defensive player as well. If he's looking to win the Ramona Defensive Forward of the Year award, I would vote for this guy. Next, Varlamov for Boston. Big part of their offense, a wing. He's got 48 points. That's 36 games, 13 goals, 35 assists. Plus 23, great player. He does some good work at the power play. He is, playing first line minutes. 55.9% on the Corsi for his line. That's great. That line is deadly. I think that line is better than Buffalo's first line, but the Boston first line is not as good defensively. So you're seeing this plus minus, the differential is not just in, they have like similar points scored here, 50 versus 48. The difference is in the defense, and right now Boston is worth 10 less in the goal column, and it's significant. Cody, of course, on Buffalo, a good compliment on Vernon's line. He's getting quite a few, 19 goals, 28 assists, 47 points. Tikkanen on Portland, 10 goals, 36 assists, 46 points. He's a -1 in all that time. So that's another great indicator here. 50, 48, 47, -1 versus the plus 33. Mario hates this player. Absolutely. Mario doesn't like Portland, and he does not like this player. He thinks that it's important to play defensively, and you know what? My co-host has his opinions. We've been over this, and I can't argue with him on this one. Tikkanen needs to be better defensively. It's not just about scoring goals. We can go over 2 goals, and we've got Nyquist with 22. This guy's been on a tear lately. Great player. Boston is in a driver's position here, moving up quickly because of him in his line. Goddard, 22 goals. That second line for Buffalo, great scoring line as well. Cody, Berenson, 19. Yarvanti with 19. -14 with 19 goals. That's just, this guy he's scoring opportunistically. His line is good when he needs to be, but they can't stop anything defensively. They're getting caved in, and he's letting a lot in. Not a recipe for success, but good for him for his 19 goals. Let's look at Corsi while we're here, just briefly. The best percentages still belong to that 4th line for Idaho and that 4th line for Kingston. Great, plus 70%. They are controlling play when they're on the ice. Still under 100 chances against for that 4th line. In Kingston, 9 goals for Nylander. He's doing a lot on the power play. Nylander is a great power play merchant. 3 goals on the power play, 7 assists. He's like one of the main reasons that team is successful. This is an undersung player. If you're looking at like value, a 3-point player or a 3-star player on your 4th line seems like an overpayment. Maybe it's not worth it. Here is proving that he has value with the fourth line, getting +5 while he's on the ice. He has that value as a penalty killer, as a power play guy. He can still get minutes on the ice above his teammates by contributing in other ways, and we see that clearly here. Corsi against, and this is what we're excited about, folks. New York's fourth line, still 3 goals. This beautiful points per game, .06. Beautiful number. -6, 9/11. What an auspicious, well, not auspicious, opposite. What a bad omen here. Disgusting omen. Really just horrendous omen. 6.7% Corsi for 6% of the time when they're on the ice. It is good that they're on the ice. The other 90+% is bad. Bad things are happening. 11 chances for in 36 games. Never seen anything like it. This is a generational talent of ineptitude. Reese, Mercer, and Shepard will absolutely go down in history for me. Let's look at the goaltending. Save percentage-wise, shutout-wise, Condra and Lazaro. Condra is a 6-star goalie, incredible value. This is exactly what you would hope for if you wanted a difference maker. 21 goals saved above an average goaltender. Great player. Lazaro for New Hampshire is worth 10, I believe. No, he's worth 8. 8-star goalie versus a 6-star goalie. And look at this. They're basically the same, but Condra is better. Lazaro is still great. He's risen quite a bit. Grosick, great goalie. Irons, great goalie. Irons, for Gainesville, he played in the All-Star game, played a great game, by the way. We'll talk about that at the end. Grosick, this is something I wanted to highlight. 1,000 shots against. He's played a couple more games here, but compared to Lazaro, this is how you know that New Hampshire's defense is what's winning them games. 31 games, 800 shots against, versus 33 games, 1,033 shots against. So you can see right in there in the 2 games that represent the difference. That's, many more shots a game than you want the goalie to be facing. You want to average as low as possible, and I'm not good at the math. I can't embarrass myself with that right now, but it's absolutely just not what you want to see. 1,000+ shots on your goalie in 33 games. The only other ones to face that number is Sjostrom for Omaha and Jerabek for the Nonas. And 12, 60, 64. Come on, man. You can't be doing that to this man. This guy's got good stats, and he's on the worst team in the league. Can't be doing that to him. Let's look at one final piece here, and that's the All-Star game. And I forgot to save it in here, so all I have is the still shot from the end of the game. And you can see, not everything, but you can see it was a close game all the way through. This came down to the last 10 minutes here. Finley got the game-winning goal. Walensky for Omaha, or Finley, by the way, Buffalo player. Big surprise. Walensky had 2 goals. Big part of the win here. And if you're Omaha and Walensky, you're feeling good. The Hasek division beat the Crosby division. This was purely an exhibition game. It just does not factor into anything in the rest of the league, but it was fun. The players had fun. They all told me so, one at a time. It took a long time because there's 600+ players, so each one of them, is there 600+? I don't know. I've been doing too much math lately, and you know what? I worked outside all day today. Mario had the day off, and he should be the one doing the math, but he didn't add it up. All that to say, I have a personal relationship with every player in the league, and they all think that I'm doing a great job. And I think most of them are doing a great job, but don't tell the New York fourth line I said that stuff about them earlier. And with that, we have finished our 10-game swing review here of the league. We have a great slate of games coming up for the next month. And we'll be back here, excited to see what happens, and Mario and I can't wait to share with you. So, have a great rest of your day, and stay out of the sun.